Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. If you could please rise for the singing of Lift Every Voice and Sing. We ask you to find your seats, but please stay standing for Lift Every Voice and Sing in the official opening of our program tonight. Welcome everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. For those of you who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Max Gaston. I serve as the Director of Dignity, Solidarity, and Subsidiarity here at the law school. And I'm also an alumni at the law school. I graduated in 2013. There you go. I just want to start off by saying to all of you that it is such a pleasure to see you here, to see this room so full of Black excellence. When we first started resuming the Black Law Students Association galas 3-4 years ago, the room was a lot smaller. And to be in a big banquet hall like this right now is truly just a testament to the hard work put on by all of our students, by our amazing dean, and by everybody who supports this community. The reunion weekend was a dream of mine for a long time. And having that weekend coupled not just with our community and family, but with the Hispanic Law Students Association, with the Asian Pacific American Law Students Association, this entire weekend of everyone together, that was something that at one point seemed so far away and seemingly inconceivable. And to be here now and to be celebrating in such a strong way, especially at a time in our nation where a lot of people who look like the ones in this room feel under attack, it's a really important thing, and it's a really beautiful sign for all of us to be here sharing space and affirming one another. As both an alumni and a staff member, the weekend has been an incredibly special time for me, and it's the first time that I think we will be doing something as deeply sophisticated as this. We have a really fun evening planned for everyone. Beautiful musical performances, awards for the wonderful individuals in our community that we want to honor, and we're so happy to share all of that with you. The evening's Master of Ceremonies will be Joshua Short, so I will give a brief introduction and then hand the night off to him to guide you through. Joshua is a 4-time Emmy Award-winning broadcast journalist from Chicago, Illinois. Not far from where he was raised in the Windy City is where he also grew up professionally. Moving to this area in 2017, and in 2018, he joined 16 Morning News Now, becoming the area's first Black journalist assigned to co-anchor a daily newscast. His work has been recognized by the Society of Professional Journalists in Indiana, as well as the Broadcasters Association. Thank you again, all of you, so much for sharing in this community, in this dinner, and please join me in welcoming the phenomenal Joshua Short.
How are we doing, everybody? Good evening. I like this table. I got to hear the right. Good evening, y'all. There we go. I am so honored to be here. I am honored, privileged to be in this room, in this space right now. Can you feel it? 52 years of this. Isn't this outstanding, y'all? Isn't this amazing? Hey, y'all look good, too. I almost went home and changed. I'll tell y'all that right now. I almost went home and changed. It smells like cocoa butter in here. It's good night. It's a good night. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to be giving out awards, of course. This is a gala. We're going to have some fun, but I want to start by doing something really quickly. I know a lot of us know each other. But if you don't know someone at your table, just look at them right now and give them a nod. Say hello. Really quickly, I want you to give someone a nod because we're all a family in here. This table laughing because they know everybody. I get it. I want to say thank you, and thank you for allowing me to do this. I want to say a quick story before we officially begin the program. I was asked to do this and didn't know because I missed an email. I know y'all don't miss emails, y'all lawyers, so I get it. But I missed an email, and I was so happy that I got a call from someone that said, I need you to double check and make sure because you got an email to do this event. And as soon as I saw it, I called ASAP to those in charge because I wanted to be here. Because I've never been in this space before. I love being in uncomfortable spaces, but this place, for some reason, is extremely comfortable to me. And I just want to say thank you for allowing me to feel that way. So give yourselves a round of applause, really, truthfully. We've got a lot of sponsors tonight from different firms. I want to say Ropes and Gray, thank you for your sponsorship. Faegre Drinker as well, please give them a round of applause. And I believe we have a representative, so I want to bring up that representative from Faegre Drinker if they are here, 2024 grad, Owen Ferguson. Please give Owen a round of applause for a quick word.
Good evening, everyone. I'm actually subbing in for one of my colleagues, so to everyone's benefit, I'll keep my remarks brief. My name is Owen Ferguson. I'm a class of 2024 grad of Notre Dame Law School, as well as the Esteemed Graduate Program, and a proud BLSA alum. I'm a member of the Tech Transactions Practice at Faegre Drinker in our Minneapolis office, and we're proud to be a gold sponsor of the first Affinity Alumni Weekend for Notre Dame Law School. I went through the recruiting process at Faegre Drinker fall of my 1L year, 2021. We were all still going through the pandemic, which was certainly a hard time for everybody, but particularly a hard time for a law firm going through a merger. And something that stood out to me, and a reason that a lot of our lawyers and personnel pushed through that austere time, was because diversity and inclusion is not just a policy, but it's something that's woven into the fabric of who we are as a firm, and something that has stood out to me and being an integral part of my experience as a lawyer. We believe in promoting DEI, not just because it's the right thing to do, but because we've seen firsthand how it makes us better lawyers, better colleagues, and better problem solvers. When we bring together different perspectives and lived experiences, we deliver stronger, more thoughtful advocacy to our clients, and frankly, we're just better because of it. At Faegre Drinker, we don't just value diversity, we celebrate it, we invest in it, we create spaces where every voice is heard and every individual has the opportunity to be supported and thrive. And that commitment isn't changing. There's still so much we can do and will continue to do. And so we're glad to support this event. We thank you for hosting this incredible alumni weekend. And I hope everybody has a great evening. God bless and take care.
Owen, we appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. 2024 grad. We see you one more time for Owen, please. Thank you. So throughout the night, we're going to have performances. I'm really excited about all of our performers tonight. And we had, by the way, a performance just a second ago, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Please give those folks a round of applause. That was amazing, by the way. A great rendition of Lift Every Voice. I'm looking here, and it shows me Kendra Jeremiah. I want to bring her up here because she is going to be performing our first song of the night. And let me tell you something. I was at the sound check. I can hear this stuff before y'all hear it, okay? Talent right here. talent right here. So please give her your undivided attention as Kendra Jeremiah performs the first of two songs tonight. The first one, Round Midnight by Adam Blackstone and Jasmine Sullivan.
It begins to tell around midnight, I do pretty well till after sundown. Supper time, I'm feeling sad, but it really gets bad around midnight. Memories always start around midnight, midnight. Haven't got the heart to stand those memories when my heart is still with you. And oh, midnight knows it too. When a quarrel we had needs mending, doesn't mean that our love is ending. Darling, I need you. Lately I find you're out of my heart and I'm out of my mind. Let our hearts take wings round midnight, midnight. Let the angels sing of your returning till our love is safe and sound. And oh, midnight, and oh, midnight, and oh, midnight comes around, 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 around, comes around. And oh, midnight comes around.
Come on now. Come on now. It ain't midnight, but I feel it. I feel it. I love it. Kendra Jeremiah, y'all need to Google her or something. I'm telling you right now. We got some really amazing performers tonight, but she's one of them. Thank you. We're going to hear from you one more time tonight, and I'm so happy for it. One more round of applause. You deserve it. Awesome. All right, everybody. So we are about to eat, and I'm really excited for that, too. I want to bring up, if I can, the dean, if I can bring up Dean Cole for the prayer for our dinner service. Give him a loud round of applause, y'all.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. This is a really amazing sight for me. When I got here 6 years ago, BLSA had 6 students in it, and it's really amazing to see. This is basically a dream come true for me, to see this room full. And I think, you know, of all the things that I've done as dean at this law school, one of the best things I ever did was to hire Max Gaston as our first director of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And he has built an environment at this law school where everyone feels welcome, everyone feels at home, everyone feels respect, and I just think that this is amazing what the transformative effect that Max has had on this place. So please give him another round of applause. Now, you may know that I recently changed Max's title to Director, not of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, but Director of Dignity, Solidarity, and Subsidiarity. And that's because diversity, equity, and inclusion is at the heart of our Catholic faith, and I want his title to reflect that. And so it doesn't matter to me what they do in Washington. They can sign all the executive orders they want. They can pass all the legislation that they want, but they cannot take away my Catholic faith. And dignity, equity, and dignity, solidarity, and subsidiarity is at the core of my Catholic faith, and what it means is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we will always advance those values because that's who we are as a Catholic law school. And as a Catholic law school, we will start our meal with a prayer. So if you'll please join me in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Lord God, our Father in heaven, King and Master of the universe, our rock and our salvation, hallowed be thy name. Lord, thank you for the fellowship of this gathering tonight. Thank you for lifting this organization and these students up to glorify you and to demonstrate to the world your power. Lord, we thank you for the food we're about to receive. We thank you for those who've prepared it, but we also want to never forget those who go without tonight. And let us always be in service to them, in service to you and to your kingdom. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
We're going to begin our dinner service now, and then we will continue the program here momentarily. Thank you again for being here, you guys. It is outstanding to see this room filled. What was that number, did you say, Dean? Was it 7, did you say? 6. Y'all should be proud. I'm proud to be here. Thank you. All right, everybody, here we go. Thank you all once more. I want to say something before we continue, because we're going to have one more performance by Kendra here momentarily. I just want to say something that I just have to get off my chest. So, you know, I do these events often. I do a lot of events every year, especially in the spring, summertime. And for some reason, and I say this genuinely, this is one of the most intimate events that I've done. And I was wondering, I was like, man, it's hot up here on this stage, and I don't know why. And I realized I was a little bit nervous, and I'm going to explain why that is. I don't get nervous often. I'm a TV reporter, for God's sake. I don't get nervous. But there's something about this place Notre Dame does a really good job of making the most estranged feel welcome and comfortable. And just seeing everyone walk into this room about an hour ago, hour and a half ago, and meeting some folks at the table, and your keynote speaker who I've talked to for the last 2 hours, she is now my therapist, my lawyer. She's my sister from another mister. She fills all the gaps. But it's so interesting what Indy does, man. Notre Dame is really special in making you feel whole, even when you don't necessarily feel that way. And I just want to thank you guys for making me feel so at home right now in this moment. Now, all of that to say, I did have a little wine. That could have helped too. But I'm pretty sure it was a lot of the folks in this room right now for this 52nd gala. This is amazing to see you guys and to be here with you all. All right, with that, I want to reintroduce Kendra Jeremiah, who's going to do one more performance for us. And I'm really excited about this one. This is going to be a performance of Why I'm Here. Please give her your undivided attention. And y'all expect me to follow that up? Come on now, one more round of applause. Way to go. All right, so we've got Dean Cole here. We're about to do the presentation of the student awards. Give yourselves a round of applause first off. The students who are in this room. I want to start here with the BLSA Resilience and Leadership Award for Tori Murray. Now, before As she comes up, I want to read you a little bit about the award. This award is presented to a first-year law student in the Notre Dame Black Law Students Association who continuously exemplifies unwavering resilience and outstanding leadership. Through perseverance, teamwork, and initiative, the recipient has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to serving the law school community while also advancing the mission of BLSA. Their ability to overcome challenges while uplifting others embodies the strength and determination that define true leadership. Tori, well-deserved. Next up, we have, and if I accidentally say names wrong, please, I am sorry in advance. My last name is short. Literally, it's an adjective, so you can't mess mine up. The BLSA Excellence in Community Advancement Award, Paris Munana. I'm going to read this because it is so important and so indicative of who she is. This award honors a member of the Notre Dame Black Law Students Association who has gone above and beyond in demonstrating a deep passion for and commitment to advancing the goals and mission of the Black Law Students Association, both within Notre Dame Law School and in the broader African American community. You're awesome. Congratulations, congratulations. All right, next up we have the BLSA Community Impact and Legacy Award, Shadea Perilla. This award honors a law student in the Notre Dame Black Law Students Association whose exceptional leadership, teamwork, and embodiment of Notre Dame values throughout their time on the Notre Dame campus has had a significant positive impact on the Notre Dame Law School community. Ladies and gentlemen, Shadea Perilla. And the last but not least for our presentation of student awards, we have BLSA LL.M Excellence in Advocacy Award. I'm going to say this right, don't beat me up. Tashigofatso Mutapo. And I promise you, the work she does is nowhere near as hard of work as it was to say that name. I'm going to tell you right now. You're awesome. Let me read this really quickly because I want to make sure I get this right. This award recognizes an LL.M student who has demonstrated outstanding advocacy in promoting diversity, inclusion, and legal excellence within the Notre Dame Black Law Students Association. The recipient that you see on the stage beside me has actively contributed to the success and visibility of BLSA while embodying the values of leadership, passion, and academic rigor. You are awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. They're going to take a quick team picture off on the stage here. I'm going to give them a couple seconds. Oh, y'all look so nice. It is awesome to see, just your cohorts up here accepting those. It seems like it's more than well earned and deserved. So thank you guys so much again. One more round of applause. I want to bring Nick up here for 1 second. You guys know Nick. Give him a round of applause.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So this is not an official student award, but there are two special folks, two special members of BLSA who we couldn't end this segment without saying a special thank you to them. I'd like to invite Kimberly West and Noah Washington to the stage, please.
So,
So we'll talk more about this later, but let me tell you about having a strong team. These two individuals you see on this stage, I had a conversation with them at the beginning of the fall semester. We were trying to organize a collab between BLSA and the Notre Dame TRIO program. It's like a college pipeline program for high school students in the South Bend community. And I just said, hey, we're trying to make this happen. This is the vision. And let me tell you how they took that vision and ran with it. This past Thursday, we hosted a group of almost 30 students from the TRIO program for a shadow day in the law school. Could we clap them up? As a part of this shadow day, the students got to sit in on a law school class, they got a tour of the law school, and then we hosted a panel and lunch for them where they got to ask current law students all their questions about how we got where we are today. It was a beautiful day, and they really helped us to fulfill BLSA's vision and mission of giving back not only to the BLSA community, but the wider South Bend community. So thank you guys. We also have a small gift. It's not as big as I think you guys deserve, but just wanted to show you in a tangible way how much we appreciate you.
Congratulations, one more time, y'all. So I'm gonna just listen, I'm gonna keep it real. This is how I've always done in my career. I have so many scribbles on my notes right now. If I mess up in the next 10 minutes, don't blame me, okay? Blame my scribbling and my writing. I wanna say a few things. First off, all the students who just got an award, congratulations. Y'all, it's obvious y'all deserve it. It is obvious the hard work y'all put in day in and night out. And so again, from me to you personally, congratulations. It's great to see. Okay, here we go. So we are going to do now the presentation of alumni, faculty, and staff awards. I want to bring up Paris for the presentation of this first award. Here she is.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying their night. The first BLSA Staff Appreciation Award is for Tanya Robinson. She is a person whose dedication, hard work, and commitment have become an indelible part of our community. From the very beginning, her contribution has been immeasurable. She is the backbone of every event and initiative that brings us together and creates memorable experiences. While managing complex logistics or seamlessly orchestrating the smallest of details, she consistently demonstrates an unwavering passion for excellence. Okay? It's rare to find someone who so effortlessly balances the demands of high-stake events planning with such a positive and collaborative attitude. Her ability to remain calm under pressure and ensure that each event is executed flawlessly is nothing short of inspiring. She's gone the extra mile for our community, and for that we are deeply grateful. For this event that you are all attending tonight, this is Tanya.
As journalists, we got to ask for confirmation sometimes, I want to introduce our next presenter, Jennifer Osita, who will be presenting another award.
Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, thank you for joining us tonight. Each and every one of you has contributed to making this event truly special. I am honored to present the BLSA Staff Appreciation Award to a staff member of Notre Dame Law School who has supported our organization throughout this school year. This year's recipient is Arian Kalingo. You look good. You look good. Arian, good night. Arian is kind, approachable, and genuinely values the BLSA community. Throughout the year, she has hosted events that unite not only BLSA members, but also Black graduate students here at Notre Dame and Black students from St. Mary's College. Additionally, Arian ensures that BLSA is well represented on the main Instagram page of Notre Dame Law School. Thanks to her contributions, BLSA has been able to expand its reach beyond just those within the law school, impacting the wider Notre Dame community and prospective students. Without further ado, please join me in celebrating Arian Kalinga.
Okay, I'm looking through my scrabble, y'all. Here we go. Presenting our next award, Allison Lazar. Please give her a round of applause.
Sorry, I'm short. It is my great honor to stand before you today to present this Staff Appreciation Award to someone who has been an unwavering source of support, kindness, and dedication, Patty McLaughlin. Unfortunately, Patty could not be here with us tonight, but we still wanted to give her her moment. So, here at Notre Dame Law School, we are fortunate to be surrounded by individuals who not only help us navigate the challenges of a legal education, but also do so with a spirit of generosity and care. Patty is one of those special people who goes above and beyond. She ensures that students feel heard, valued, and empowered, whether it's through her guidance, her encouragement, or her direct Northeastern bluntness. Patty has made a lasting impact on us all. For many of us, law school is a journey filled with long hours, high stakes, and immense pressure. But having someone like Patty in our corner makes that journey just a little easier. Her dedication does not go unnoticed, and today we celebrate not only her hard work, but the genuine kindness and compassion that she brings to our lives every day. On behalf of the Black Law Student Association and the entire Notre Dame law community, we thank Patty for all that you do. And it is with deep gratitude and appreciation that we would like to present her with this award as a small token of the immense respect and admiration we have for her. Thank you.
Patty couldn't be here tonight. No.
So Patty is recovering from knee surgery, as you know. So I have said that I would get this for her tonight, and I know how much she means to all of you students. So thank you so much from the bottom of her heart to all of you.
Okay, everybody, we got more awards to get through here. We're going to bring up Perry Warren, who is going to be presenting the Charles F. Crutchfield Professorial Excellence Award. Okay, Perry.
Make sure I'm reading off the right one. Yes. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. Tonight has been fantastic, and speaking to our fireside chat yesterday, there's something that my father said when he thought of legacy, and the word that you said was synonymous was infinity. And as I present the Charles Crutchfield Professional Excellence Award to Dwight King, I think infinity is the word to describe your legacy. Here, having taught my dad when he was in law school, I believe it was your second year, and being a part of my journey at BLSA, not just in the classroom, but just being a safe space, a warm hug, your wife Mary, whether that's back to school barbecue or Thanksgiving, you epitomize infinity and excellence. So a little bit about just Dwight King and all his accomplishments. So this year's recipient, Dwight B. King Jr., Emeritus Associate Director of Research and Instruction, has been an invaluable part of the Notre Dame law community since 1986, dedicating his career to research, instruction, and advancing diversity in legal education. A triple graduate of the University of Michigan, he has served on numerous national committees, including chair of the AALL Black Caucus, working to create opportunities for underrepresented voices in the legal field. But beyond his professional achievements, Professor King has been a pillar for our BLSA community. He and his wife, Mary, like I said, have welcomed into his home for Thanksgiving, and just really been an ensuring voice to all of our students, all of us who have been navigating this challenging but rewarding time. Professor King, your legacy is not just the research you have conducted, but the students you have taught, and it's also the community that you have built. On behalf of the Notre Dame BLSA group and the e-board myself, it is our privilege to present you with the Charles Crutchfield Professorial Excellence Award. So please join me in honoring and welcoming, celebrating Dwight King.
Our next presenter, please give a round of applause for Shadera Ona, who will be presenting an inaugural award, which she'll explain momentarily. Please give her a round of applause.
Good evening, everybody. So I'm Portia, I'm not Chidera. So I'm here to present an award, and I'm excited to present this award, not just because of who the award is for, but to what the award represents. And it's the inaugural award for excellence in LL.M and JSD Student Support Award to Professor Dr. Jodi-Ann Quarrie. So Professor Quarrie is the faculty director of the LL.M program, and she is a woman who has been a pillar of support, kindness, and dedication for the personal and professional well-being of the LL.M and JSD students. Professor Quarrie has supported, and she extends grace in encouraging us with genuine kindness and compassion. Every LL.M and JSD student can attest to the level of support and dedication she extends to all of us. And most importantly, she's someone who supports every student and doesn't see color or race. And we all know how important it is in this challenging time. So please join me in presenting the Award of Excellence in LL.M and JSD Student Support to the Faculty Director of the LL.M program, Professor Dr. Jodi-Ann Quarrie.
Congratulations, once more, congratulations. You're fine, don't apologize. It's y'all night, y'all can do whatever y'all want. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm trying to tell y'all. And if I do, I got lawyers. That's all. Okay. I think we have one more presentation here. And I want to bring up Nick Smith, appropriately so, to present this final award before our keynote address.
Actually, before we do that, could we have all of our faculty and staff awardees back on the stage for a group photo with the dean? The Alvin Mckenna Alumnus of the Year Award is presented by BLSA to a graduate who distinguishes him or herself within the Black legal community and through support of BLSA's programs and activities. The honoree also demonstrates a commitment to service through active involvement within the community. This year, I have the distinct privilege of awarding the Alvin Mckenna Alumnus of the Year Award to none other than Ms. Jodi-Ann Quarrie.
I want to, first off, congrats to all of the awardees tonight. And this is perfect, I think a perfect transition into the next part of tonight, the Fireside Chat with Jodi-Ann Quarrie, which I was not joking. She has become my therapist tonight. And I am not even joking when I say that because she's outstanding. So with that, I want to read her bio if I can. Jodi-Ann is accomplished, to say the least. So it's really hard to put into short words all of what she's done and what she continues to do. Jodi-Ann Quarrie received her Bachelor of Laws from the University of the West Indies with honors in 2012, and her legal education certificate in 2014 from the Norman Manley Law School in Jamaica, her home country. Round of applause, please. This is not in her bio, but she just came from Jamaica, and she's going right back tomorrow morning. I don't know how you're doing it, but you are a pro in more ways than one. So get this. In 2015, she was awarded the prestigious Romulo Gallegos Fellowship at the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights. The first CARICOM woman ever to get this, by the way. She then obtained an advanced certificate in economic, social, and cultural rights from American University's Washington College of Law. And she now, come on. She now holds an LL.M. in international human rights law from the University of Notre Dame, the first CARICOM attorney to be admitted to the program. Huge. A proud alum of the Fighting Irish, Jodi has worked to have language rights included in the Jamaican Constitution, assisted in the release of persons detained in Jamaica for over 30 years without conviction, and she also helped in the ongoing struggle to close Guantanamo Bay. She also assisted with the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, in their first human rights decision ever, the Shanique Myrie case, which I know many of you are familiar with. And if you're not, Google it, it is something else. And she was a big part of it. Jodi-Ann is also the former chief executive officer at the American Chamber of Commerce of Jamaica, its youngest ever. She promoted trade and investment between the U.S. and Jamaica while encouraging adherence to the rule of law. She is also an avid football fan. And when I say football, no offense, Mr. Warren, I'm talking soccer when I say that. Okay? Formula One lover as well. Go Lewis Hamilton, is what I'm told to say, so there you go. And enjoys hiking and curling up with a good book. She is a member of both the Jamaica and Barbados bars. Oh, and this is where the connection came for us, a journalist and broadcaster who hosts a powerful and nationally popular news and current affairs radio show called The Morning Agenda as part of the largest media group in the English-speaking Caribbean. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome again Jodi-Ann Quarrie as we continue this fireside chat. Please give her a round of applause.
Thank you. I enjoy hearing about that person. She seems quite cool. The reality of my life is that I lived through all of those days, and there was a lot more crying than was explained in that bio a moment ago. But thank you. It is, and it continues to be, an honor to be back here. To get here the first time was amazing. To be brought back here in recognition of the work that I have been privileged to do, in part because of the support of Notre Dame, is awe-inspiring, because you have inspired me and that you have brought me back here to speak words of encouragement and inspiration back to you is the privilege of my life. So thank you for this honor. The first African-American law student to graduate from the University of Notre Dame stretches his hands and gives me an award in 2025. Thank you for that. Tonight, I go through in the way that lawyers go through, and you're law students, so you're lawyers in waiting. Come on, I'm here for you. And I use a tool of lawyers, which is questions. And tonight, as I thank you for the honor of this award, I use the questions that lawyers use in their most basic form to answer some questions about my life and to help you ask yourselves and inquire about some things about your own lives as well. So I have basic questions: who, what, where, when, how. And those are the questions that I will use to take us through a journey of not only what I've been able to accomplish, what Notre Dame has been able to inspire me to accomplish, but that which I hope you accomplish, that you continue the work that has been done. So I start off with who I am. I'm defining my identity, as many of you have to define your identity in figuring out who you are along your journey. I'm a Black woman standing in front of you, and therefore I'm first, by virtue of being on this side of the world, a daughter of the enslaved. That UN fellowship was a UN fellowship for people of African descent. First Caribbean attorney to get it, but it's because I so strongly believe in and walk in that knowledge of my identity as a daughter of the enslaved that I must do work that continues the work that my forefathers have done. The enslavement experience in Jamaica was different than in many parts of the world because it was considered to be one of the most brutal plantation experiences. The life expectancy of an enslaved African transported from Africa through the Maafa, through the transatlantic trade in enslaved Africans, the Middle Passage, across to this side of the world and planted in Jamaica was 8 years. It was cheaper to go back and get more enslaved people than to keep them and grow them and feed them and have them live. And so my very existence here means that in order for me to be here, some really resilient people had to be involved in the process. But I not only think of and speak of my ancestors in some far-off time, I am also my grandfather and my granddaughter's child. My grandparents grew up in poverty. The kind of poverty that had them writing their names and learning to write on slate with chalk. Not genteel, cute poverty, poor, poor. They ended their life comfortably middle class in Jamaica. a testament to the work of my grandparents, but also their commitment to education and then passing that commitment on to their children and then to their grandchildren. So I am not only my far-off ancestors' wildest dreams, I am my grandparents' wildest dreams. This thing that I do, the ability to stand in front of you, is something that they did not think they would be able to see from their children and grandchildren. I am the human rights lawyer I am today because my grandfather believes in helping everybody, and there is no such thing as not being able to help. Stretching out a hand in assistance is what he, as he became more comfortable, was able to do more and more. So when I talk about the right to dignity, I'm not talking hypothetically. I grew up seeing that. When I speak about the right to food, it's because my grandmother had the kind of table that you were never hungry. And if you were hungry, you could eat some more. She'll fatten you up. I grew up having a knowledge and an understanding of my contribution to the world because my grandmother would end all of her prayers with, "For every mother's child." And when I, at 7, asked her, "What about daddies?" we now included, "For every mother and father's child," giving me a sense of global responsibility, not just to pray for the individuals I knew, but work that inspires me to continue to work for people's names I will never know. I am my mother's child. My mother who loved reading, but this child she got was reading too much too fast. And so it was very expensive to pay for my reading habit. There's no sense in bringing home a new Nancy Drew book at 4 o'clock if the child is done at 7:30. My mother, not trusting that I finished, started quizzing me. When I started answering all the questions, random questions taken from random parts of the books, my mother decided that the newspaper is what she would be giving me after that. And so young me starts off reading the newspaper and going through all the stories in the newspaper. You can read the newspaper every single day, I can afford that. And my mother starts me off then with a journey and an understanding of seeing what community looks like, what getting involved looks like, what life in Jamaica looks like, of participating in that work. My father, who moved to the United States for a better life but forgot to come back home, he contributed as well. My father's gift to me was National Geographic World. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Well, I found her time and time again. And when I became old enough that I was reading through those too fast, he got me a big National Geographic, the adult one. I took over my mother's house with that collection. She asked me to donate it to the library. I resisted, but I gave it to them. But those books enabled me to see the world. They allowed me to not only understand Jamaica as my place, but as a place in a wider universe of people. And it allowed me to see that there were so many of us who were exactly the same. And so I stand before you today a composite of all of those experiences that make me who I am. And I challenge you to think of all the composite experiences that make you who you are. You're here in law school. You're here at Notre Dame. And for all that Notre Dame is giving to you, you bring so much more in all the experiences that you have, the people that you have met, and the things that you do. So I start off with the first question, who am I? And I give you that background so you can better appreciate where I am coming from and how I have been the person and become the person that I am today. The second thing is, what am I doing? And to be very honest, sometimes I do not know. But there are things that I have been able to do and I have been privileged to do that have made me the first to do them. I can list off the list of things that I have been first to do. My mother knows this list better than I do because my mother is deeply thrilled that her nerd daughter, who she doesn't understand quite what I do, but will tell her friends that I have done it, has a nice list. But for most of the things that I have done, I have been the first to do it. I don't say that to you necessarily for the yay, although the award is nice, please do not take it back. But I tell you this so you can understand why and what I am doing. What am I doing? I find my purpose in holding the door open for those who come behind me. The first woman to graduate from Notre Dame was Gloria Ivy, recently deceased. She graduated from the graduate program at Notre Dame. So that woman, that first African-American woman who walks through the doors at Notre Dame, allows for me to be here today. And she held the door open, and she shoved her shoulder in, and she allowed me to walk through so I could do more work. And many of the things that I am doing, I am shoving my shoulder in the gap. And I'm allowing for those who don't need to expend the energy to push the door open, to walk through it so they could do work. I don't want you to be exhausted by the pushing of the door. I want you to save your energy for the next thing at the end of that hallway. And I want you to recognize that I hold the door open so that you can accomplish the next feat, and the next, and the next. So I find my purpose in holding that door open, shoving a shoulder in, but also taking advantage of the people before me who have used their shoulder to shove in a door so that I could walk through it as well. So I've explained who I am, and I've explained what I do, which is putting my shoulder in and helping people to be able to walk through these doors. But my third thing for you is, when am I doing it? And that is, for me, perhaps the most critical part of this conversation. The story of my life is not as easy as Joshua read. There are places in that story where I cried. There are places in that story where I was disappointed. There are places in that story where I decided I was no longer going to do law. This was not the profession for me. I held on to the document that would have had me graduate from law school. I had many awards in law school. At the end of law school, I was so exhausted. I had lost weight. My hair had started falling out, that I decided this profession was not in fact for me. I will go back to teaching, thank you very much. And my principal at my law school, because I was on the Philip C. Jessup International Law Moot Court Competition, it's the Olympics for international law students. And I made that team twice. My school is very, very well ranked. I'm a ranked oralist in the competition. I had lots of awards that year, and I wasn't going to graduate, so my name was not in the program for graduation. And my principal calls me and she says, "I'm at the printers and I do not see your name on the list. Why?" I say to her, "I don't think I'm going to graduate this year. I think I'm going to repeat. I don't think this profession is for me, and I don't think I can handle it." She says, "Bring me the documents now." A friend of mine happens to drive by, and she takes me to hand those documents over so that I could graduate. So all that you see, all these accomplishments, everything that you see there, almost never happened. But there are also delays in my life that frustrated me. I applied to law school before and I didn't get in. So I spent those 2 years teaching, and those 2 years grew me up. Because when you look like 16, but you're teaching 16-year-olds, you have to be strong. And I needed that maturity to then see law school as a thing to accomplish and achieve, but with a sort of greater sense of purpose. And I therefore get into law school 2 years after I first apply. Every single thing you have heard him read, and many things have a very long bio. I'm busy, it keeps me out of trouble. Every single one of those things did not exist until those 2 years happened. So I would have passed every single opportunity. Romulo Gallegos Fellowship, I'm the first CARICOM woman to get it because it's a Latin American and Caribbean organization, and there had never been a Caribbean woman. There's a Caribbean person, we still can't find him. So I'm careful to say only Caribbean woman, but nobody knows who the CARICOM guy is. And they had constantly said they could never find somebody to take the fellowship, that the Caribbean people couldn't speak Spanish, that they would not have been able to manage the workload, and I was sent there. So I am example child. And every position that you hear there is me being example child. I don't get to get upset. I don't get to cuss people out. I want to. I don't get to. But the timing of my life mattered. Every single opportunity that I received was because I had to trust the timing of my life. The UN Fellowship for People of African Descent, first Caribbean attorney to go there. Well, I would not have been there but for me working at the Center for Reparation Research that got me there. Everything in my life is a story, a constant story of trusting the timing of my life. And I ask you to trust the timing of your life as well. Sometimes you are in seasons where you are trying to make stuff shake and nothing happens. Rest. Just like seasons, sometimes there's a planting season, sometimes there's a growing season, sometimes there's harvest, and sometimes there's rest. Sometimes right now, if you're in 1L, you're planting. If you're in 2L, you're growing, you're figuring out how this works. If you're in 3L, you're harvesting. But in graduation season, when you're hunting for jobs, that might be planting season all over again. And the seasons of your life don't mean that you're failing. It means that you're going through the circle and the cycle of life. And I ask you then to remember when you're doing this thing. Because that too might be something that inspires you to be gentler with yourself as you go through this journey. Where am I doing it? Well, I'm here at Notre Dame. Gosh, getting here was a whole excitement. Being here was lovely. I still have my law colleagues in a group chat. I'm sending them pictures now so they can see that I'm here. But where you have chosen to go to law school matters. You are in a room filled with people who are committed to you doing well, who are dedicated to make sure that any opportunity available that we know of, that we can unearth, is yours. That if you need help, guidance, support, anything, you can get it. Where have I been working? I've worked in the US. I worked in Washington. I was here. I worked in Geneva. I was working in Trinidad and Tobago. I like going around the place. Again, it keeps me out of trouble. But I've also had the opportunity to sit in rooms that I didn't know I could pray about. I remember sitting in Geneva during my fellowship, and there was a bar meeting with women who work in international law. And I sat there and I'm meeting these colleagues for the very first time, global professionals who are working in international law, these amazing, accomplished women, and I'm talking with them, and then for a moment I get quiet. Because it just dawns on me that I am in this room and I didn't even know the prayer to pray to get here, because I didn't even know it existed. So where you are going to go and what you are going to do is beyond your fathoming. You are going to go into places and speak into rooms that you have not yet heard of or might not even yet exist. And you are going to go there with the knowledge that ND provides you, the community of support that you have here, but also that core goal that everything you do with excellence, because that's what you were taught here to do. I went through I went through what I'm doing, pushing my shoulder in. When am I doing it? The timing of my life. Where am I doing it? You all are here. I end with how. These are interesting times. And I have to remind myself always that there is a push and pull to the world in which we live. I have a prayer that I learned here at Notre Dame. I put it up in every office that I have. There is a Salvadorian priest, an Archbishop Oscar Romero, who was killed, human rights defender, killed. And there was a prayer that was said at his funeral that I have up in every office. And I read it to you to remind you that how you do this work is one that says you do your part with excellence and you leave the rest. You cannot be in control of every single part. You will burn out. You will kill yourself if you do not recognize that you are to do your part and then leave the rest. So I leave you with this prayer. I leave you with this prayer as a way of helping you as you go through your own journey. Remember that you are not in it alone, but you're also not the boss. So the prayer goes, it helps now and then to step back and take a long view. The kingdom is not only beyond our efforts, it's even beyond our vision. We accomplish in our lifetime only a tiny fraction of the magnificent enterprise that is God's work. Nothing we do is complete. That is a way of saying that the kingdom always lies beyond us. And then it goes on to say, this is what we are all about. We plant seeds that will one day grow. We water seeds already planted, knowing that they hold future promise. We lay foundations that need further development. We provide yeast that produces far beyond our capabilities. We cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation in realizing that. This enables us to do something, and to do it very well. It may be incomplete, but it is a beginning, a step along the way, an opportunity for the Lord's grace to enter and to do the rest. We may never see the end results, but that is the difference between the master builder and the worker. We are workers, not master builders, ministers, not messiahs. We are prophets of a future, not our own. Amen.
Mic check.
1.
2. Can I first say, wow? I feel like that wasn't even a keynote address, that was poetry. So thank you for being here with us, Jodi-Ann. I forgot where you said you're from again. Could you remind me?
The lovely island of Jamaica, Nicholas.
What?
It's a great place.
Wow.
Have you been?
You know that's where I'm from as well?
Really? Oh, great to hear.
Congrats on being this year's Alvin Mckenna Alumnus of the Year awardee. I first want to know, and I want you to share with the audience, what does this award mean to you, particularly not just coming from Notre Dame, but coming from Notre Dame BLSA?
This award comes at an interesting time in my life. The withdrawal of funding for many international law programs has meant that me and my colleagues are scrambling for work. It's a very fun time. In this moment, you feel as though you have accomplished nothing, you've done nothing, nothing is working. Very loser energy. 0 to 10 would not recommend. This award comes at a time where I have been asked to sit and think about the work that I have done, that my colleagues have done, my life goal of the world being 1% better because I have lived. And it's not just me sitting and thinking about it, it's Notre Dame through not a law students association, but the Black Law Students Association, people who understand the additional challenges, the additional burdens, and you have said of all the distinguished and amazing people who have passed through these doors, including my colleagues. You could have picked any one of them. That you have been generous and so kind to look at my work and think of me as deserving. I am honored by it. I am privileged to be able to sit here and bask in this moment, but I also think that it is an award for my colleagues as well who work in spaces and in places that they throw their bodies on the line. For many of you, you will go into that work as well. I am grateful that you have taken the time to honor me in this way. I don't work for honors and awards, but gosh, it feels good.
I'll take a temperature. I was going to take a temperature check. I was going to say, chat, do you think we made the right choice? Okay, that's good. So you've talked about being the first, CARICOM attorney to do X, Y, Z. I'm sure most folks get it in context, but for those who don't know, describe what CARICOM is.
The Caribbean community is a grouping of Caribbean countries, 13 of them full members, another 6 or 7 associate members, pretty much all of the English-speaking Caribbean, then Haiti, then Suriname as Dutch-speaking, and we are a grouping of small islands that have very similar pasts in enslavement and very similar futures when it comes to things like climate change affecting us and artificial intelligence decimating our workforces. So we speak in one voice generally on these issues, and my region is a place in the world similar to the European Union, for example, that has rules that allow for us to have free trade of movement, free movement of people. Free trade of movement? No. Free trade, free movement of people, but also allows us to speak in one voice on big issues. And so when you don't capacity build in a region, they can't participate in the conversations. And so that's why it's been so important for me and those who help and support me to get as many of us in the door so that we can participate in those conversations and stand toe to toe. And gosh, I went to Notre Dame, so nobody can be better than me.
So, on being the first CARICOM attorney admitted to Notre Dame's LL.M. in international human rights, how did that experience shape your journey?
Jamaica was at the point where we needed to capacity build. We had human rights lawyers or people who were human rights activists. So we had doctors, for example, who had their husbands killed and therefore became human rights activists. So we're at the point where we had human rights lawyers who got into human rights but couldn't use international human rights mechanisms. We don't know what they are, how to use them, how do you access them, what do you do? I am part of the vanguard force to figure out now how do we get to these international organizations and get them to help us and support us. Notre Dame comes in because it came for me, part of being the guinea pig. So first sounds great. The reality of that is guinea pig, where you go into spaces where people are not prepared for you and you deal with all sorts of obscene, ridiculous things that people have been doing for a very long time, but they now have to change their ways because you're there and they moan about it. It means that Notre Dame allowed for me to have this skill set, to work with my colleagues across the world, and then to go back to Jamaica to use that skill. And that's why I'm very much a big fan of the going back to Jamaica part, because though I work all around the world, I have been having the opportunity to go around the world. I am a CARICOM baby, I'm a Caribbean baby, and it is important for me to replicate myself back home. Notre Dame helped me do that.
Amazing. I feel like I have to apologize to the room for how Jamaican we're going to be tonight. We're very proud people. It's a part of how we're raised.
But here's the thing. I'll say here, Notre Dame's BLSA pulled me in at a time when my colleagues at other schools said that they didn't feel welcome in their Black student associations. So my commitment to BLSA is because BLSA said, come on, and I said, okay. And though the conversation, by virtue of Nicholas, President Extraordinaire, being here, allows me to have a Jamaican-ish conversation with him, I am a product of BLSA, and he is a product of BLSA. And that two Jamaicans can, of all the times and spaces in the world, exist at the same time to be here is the magic of this place.
So Speaking of Jamaica, how have your Jamaican roots, if at all, influenced your approach to leadership, leadership and advocacy?
Coming to the US for this trip required me to put protocols in place with my family, going as far up to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade if my family did not hear from me Friday morning because I came in on Thursday night. I come from a developing country where I need a visa for every single place I go to in order to carry out the work that I do, and visa requirements vary and they are expensive. I work in spaces and places where people feel very comfortable before they know me, and unfortunately, even after they meet me, believing that I'm stupid and I live in a hut on a beach. I go to the beach quite often. I do not live there. My Jamaican roots allow me to have a sense of resilience. Remember, I'm a daughter of the enslaved. I know that it had to be ordained for the ancestor that met the ancestor that didn't die to get to me. But my sense of leadership and my sense of taking control of my destiny comes from, one, praying grandparents. I live under my grandparents' prayers still. I live under my mother's prayers. I do not assume that there's anything extraordinary about me that doesn't have God replace me with somebody else in 2.5 seconds if I get it wrong. But it also means then that I have grown up in a place of Black excellence being all around me. So when I walk into spaces and in certain places, I never have a feeling of insecurity because I have seen the most exceptional people in my life be Black, my whole life. So that empowers me, but there are also risks that come with that. So I have had to be mindful of the kinds of things that I say. I'm a journalist and a human rights lawyer, but I come from a place where it can be weaponized if I need to walk around. My leadership is one that recognizes the power that I have, but also recognizes that I might need to be a little gentler than I might be prepared to be in order to have things work. And that is not a disability, that's a strength in recognizing the room and acting accordingly. It is a knowledge that I have to show up in these places and these spaces because I have a responsibility. I need to put my shoulder in that door, and it's often exhausting. It's tiring being guinea pig number one. It's tiring, it's exhausting constantly being the person who needs to figure it out and to deal with racism, sexism, sexual harassment, near assault, as people are figuring out, oh, well, you're so unique in this space, but I am strengthened by all of these things because I know I prayed big prayers, and if God must craft me into the person that needs to become the person that can handle those big prayers, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And in 30 seconds, what final thought would you leave with us?
Give yourself some grace. I am so proud of you. That you sit in this room means you are extraordinary. I won't tell you to work harder or to do more because I know you are working your little hearts out and you're doing all you can do. And where you feel that you're not working hard enough, it's because you're in survival mode in a place that you have to use half of your energy to survive and the other half to do the work that you need to do, and that's exhausting too. I want to strengthen you as you are the first in your family, as I was, to go to law school. That a whole set of people don't know what you're doing, but sometimes they're cheering and sometimes they're not. So for those of you who have people who are actively hostile to your journey, oh my goodness, my heart is with you, but you're awesome because you're here and you're doing it anyway. For those of you who have never had any support, you're awesome and you're here and you're doing it anyway. For those of you who have family support, but that might turn into family pressure because they have been here before and therefore they have expectations of you, my heart goes out to you. I have every good thing in my heart for you, but I am here to say, give yourselves some grace. You are exceptional. You are here. You are doing it. And I want to say I am so proud of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jodi-Ann Quarrie.
I mean, I just feel like I'm in church tonight, man. That's awesome. That was awesome. That 15 minutes, I could have listened to that for another hour. One more time, round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. I am honored to be in this room because I know so many of you guys are going to change the world. I know somebody, if not all of you at this table, are going to change the world or change people in this world that will change the world. I'm just so excited to be in this room and associated just by knowledge, just by viewing, just by seeing. It is really an honor. And so with that, we have an extra special honor for our students who are about to graduate. And with that, I want to bring up Perry, Allison, Jennifer, and Paris to present the 3L appreciation gifts. Now I'm about to graduate. Come on.
Thank you again, Jodi-Ann. I feel like you were speaking to my heart. Thank you. We love you. So good evening again, Notre Dame BLSA family. We're nearing the end of our celebration, and tonight has definitely been a time to pause, reflect, and to celebrate all that we have achieved individually and also collectively. But right now, it's about celebrating our soon-to-be graduates, the 3L class. So congrats, 3Ls, you made it. Yes. You have journeyed through one of the most rigorous academic and personal experiences there is. And you did it with brilliance, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to Black excellence. As the most diverse class in Notre Dame Law School's history, you are more than just students. You are a beacon, a symbol of representation, of possibility, and an undeniable power of showing up, standing tall, and breaking barriers. In 2014, Black lawyers made up just 5% of the legal profession. And today, that number remains increasingly small. But tonight, we celebrate the fact that each of you is contributing to a legacy that says we are here, we belong, and we are just getting started. Your impact extends far beyond the classroom, through advocacy, mentorship, through the way you showed up for one another. You have left an indelible mark on this institution. A special thank you to the 2023-24 BLSA E-Board, especially Ayana Luam. Yes. Your leadership and your vision have paved the way for us, my E-Board, to continue this critical work, so thank you. And because of you, our organization is not just a student group, but a foundation for so many of us. And on a personal note, I know Luam isn't here tonight, but she's been not only a leader, but also a personal mentor to me, a homegirl and a light, and she's led with such excellence and grace. So, Luam, I love you. And as you step into this next journey, this next chapter, whether it's big law, public interest, nonprofit work, in-house, or even outside the law altogether, remember this is something that no one can take from you. This degree, this experience, this journey is yours forever. You've earned it, and you will always carry it with you. And as you carry it forward, I leave you with Joshua 1:9. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't leave you with a little bit of Nipsey Hussle as well. The game will test you, but never fold. Stay 10 toes down, It's not on you, it's in you. And what's in you, no one can take away. The marathon continues. Cheers to the class of 2025. So now we're gonna present with you all your 3L parting gifts, and then we will do a photo at the end. So, Aisha Ba. Caitlin Bowe. Sarah Brown. Luan Gabrielasi. Brianna Ivy. Antonio Jean Denis. Ayana Murphy. Shadea Perilla. Robert Stonecurl. And Emmanuel Yadar. Congrats again, guys.
I see y'all 3L, okay. All right. What a night. Amazing, right? Which is crazy because we've got so much more, and I say that jokingly, but also kind of serious. But good stuff, actually like really good stuff, like unexpected stuff. We want to honor someone very special tonight at BLSA. And this person doesn't know it's happening. So, you guys have the video ready. We're good to go.
Hey Max, it's Monica, in case you forgot. Just wanted to say thank you for all that you have done and continue to do for Notre Dame Law School. You came to the school exactly when it needed you, and it still needs you today. I can personally say that my NDLS experience would not have been what it was without you. You completely saved and redeemed it, and I cannot thank you enough for that.
Hi Max, Jen here. I just want to say thank you for being the listening ear during my law school journey. Anytime things got hard or I got frustrated, you were a safe place to go and talk.
As a Black first-generation law student, it was easy to be stereotyped or looked at in a shallow perspective. Max helped us show up not just as students, but as individuals with unique backgrounds, perspectives, and career paths. Max helped us show up in spaces and with the confidence to feel like we belonged in every room that we walked into.
Max, there's so many great things that can be said about you, but my personal favorite is how hard you've worked to make sure that Black law students here at Notre Dame have an enriched experience. I can say that when I was working with you as president of BLSA, you always had your door open for us, anything we needed, and you went to bat for us with administration, and for that we are so grateful for all the things you do, all the help you've given us, even when I'm sure you were also overwhelmed with other things you had to get done.
One thing I've always appreciated about Max is just how friendly he's been. As I've gotten to know him, I realized that he really is just such a friendly and supportive person, and he's always willing to help BLSA as a group, but especially just individuals.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine Ferguson, class of 2024 from Notre Dame Law School, and I just want to say thank you and shout out Max for everything that you are doing, everything that you have done. It was an honor to have someone like you in your role while our class, the largest class of diverse students, as they say, or as they did say, at Notre Dame Law School, and you were someone that provided us with so much support, so much stability, and you did it with grace.
As a law student, having someone who will advocate for you, be compassionate, and still have understanding is invaluable. For my peers and I, Max has been this person, whether it be through drop-in office hours or helping us plan important events. Max has always supported our BLSA vision and us as individual law students.
Starting Notre Dame Law in the fall, it was really daunting to be one of only 4 BLSA students in the 1L class. I'm really grateful to Max for encouraging us to lean on one another, for providing us anything that we needed, even if it was just somebody to listen to when we wanted to talk about our experiences at Notre Dame, for continuously seeking out new and exciting employment opportunities for us and opening doors that might have otherwise been previously closed. But I think most importantly, I'm really grateful for the times he told us it was okay to rest, when he reminded me that if the only thing I did that day was something that brought me joy, that was enough, that I am enough.
Max, what can I say about Max? Of course, he and I worked very closely together during my tenure as the Notre Dame BLSA president. And through that time and following that time, Max has been a friend, a safe space, a supporter, and a true example of servant leadership and humility.
Nearly 3 years ago, I had the honor of meeting Max as a prospective student, and I was still having doubts in the application process, but Max spoke words of life, affirmation, and encouragement to me, and I left feeling hopeful and empowered that I could make it to Notre Dame.
I really do cherish Max because he's always checking up on me. Max wants to listen to the experience I'm having in law school, every details, and I think finding such support is not easy. Additionally, Max took the 1Ls to New York. He made that experience so memorable, and I love him for that.
So, on behalf of the school as a whole, all of the alumni, and myself personally, thank you so much for all you do. Don't ever change. And I miss you. Bye.
I'd say Max has been a guiding and supportive hand that has really enabled BLSA and BLSA members.
Max is one of the reasons why I chose to come to Notre Dame, and he has been an invaluable part of my experience here.
Max was the first person that I talked to when I was admitted to Notre Dame Law School, when he invited me to Admitted Students Day, and I can say with certainty that Max is one of the reasons that I've stayed.
Max helped me feel seen.
Max makes me feel supported in law school.
Max is a very big reason why I finished my time at Notre Dame Law School successfully and ultimately have become a different kind of lawyer. Love you, Max.
Max was a key reason why I chose Notre Dame Law School. Not just because he's Haitian, but because he reassured a hesitant admitted student in 2022 that Notre Dame Law was the place for him and for people that looked like him.
I'm so grateful for that meeting, and Max, thank you for helping me believe that I belong at Notre Dame Law School.
I can honestly say without you, Max, I would not have survived 12 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you, Max, for being my support system while I've been here at NDU.
Thank you, Max, and congrats.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all you have done. Thank you for who you are, and continue to be great. We love you. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present the Max Gaston Legacy of Leadership Award to Max Hugo Gaston.
I told them I wasn't going to cry this year. Thank you all so much. To the students, that's who I'm talking to. Thank you for everything. I don't think that this job would mean anything at all if it wasn't for you. And every single day that we work, not just me, but everybody who works at Notre Dame, whether you're a faculty member or a staff member, we do it for our students. And DEI is something that is being attacked in a lot of really deep and personal ways, not just because it's part of my job, but it's part of my identity. It's part of a lot of our identities. And what makes the work keep going, what keeps me alive and doing the work, is the students. And all of you bring a smile to my face when I'm having a bad day. I'm so damn grateful for all of you. Thank you so much.
And so, here we are. Dean Cole, Mrs. Cole, or Alvin Mckenna Alumnus of the Year awardee, Jodi-Ann Quarrie, or distinguished guests from the Notre Dame Law Association Board, members of the St. Joseph County Council and Board of Commissioners, or faculty and staff, administrators, or incredible alumni, current students. I see we have an admitted student with us as well. Give him, thank you very much for that. Friends and well-wishers, for the last time, as president of BLSA, good evening. It is an absolute honor to stand before you this evening and deliver my last official address as president of the Notre Dame Black Law Students Association. Last summer, I had the opportunity to stand before a room full of Notre Dame Law alumni in New York City and share a bit about my journey, where I come from, how I got here, and why this community means so much to me. Tonight, I want to share that same story with you. As you probably figured out by now, I was born on the beautiful island of Jamaica. I grew up in the countryside, in a small farming community where most people were farmers. In that community, if your parents weren't farmers, you at least had a grandparent who was a farmer. In my case, I lived next door to my paternal grandparents who were farmers. I'm the middle and favorite of 3 children. In fact, my mother, who is here in the audience tonight, can absolutely confirm this to be true. Could you give us a confirmatory wave, please? She might not say it out loud, but if you ask her privately, I promise you'll get the answer. My father grew up helping my grandfather around the farm while attending school a few towns over. A fact he often reminded me of whenever I complained about the hardships of growing up in my generation. By the end of high school, he decided he'd had enough of the farmhand lifestyle and moved to Kingston, Jamaica's capital, where he became a corrections officer and ultimately a police officer, and where he met the love of his life, my mother. My mother grew up in the inner city of Kingston, where she met my father, who was working at the nearby police station. For most of my childhood, she was a stay-at-home mom, but while I was in high school, she pursued a bachelor's degree in art education and became a high school art teacher. When I was growing up in Jamaica, you were expected to aspire to one of 5 respected professions: lawyer, doctor, engineer, teacher, or police officer. Not only were these professions widely respected on the island, they were also the only ones that Jamaican parents understood enough to be able to accurately brag about what you do for work. And so, I chose law. Just like this time last year, you're probably saying, wow, we're enjoying the ride that he's taking us on, but when are we going to arrive at the point? I share this with you because as I reflected on the highs and lows of my time as BLSA president, I realized something. Each and every one of us in this BLSA community comes from a different background, has a different story, and has a different lived experience. But when we bring those differences together in service of a common mission, something truly magical happens. And if we've arrived at the point and you're still on the bus, I'll even share some examples of that magic. Building on the foundation of the 2023 to 2024 BLSA Executive Board, this year, BLSA was able to execute amazing programming for our students. Let's talk about fall 2024. We started with a welcome back barbecue. Then we had a BLSA retreat a few weeks later, where we got to further integrate our new students who we met at the Welcome Back Barbecue and, welcome them into the folds of the BLSA community. We then held an alumni homecoming weekend during football season, which kicked off with a sports and entertainment fireside chat with alumni Max Gaston, CEO of USA Track and Field, and Didi Masse, VP of Workplace Culture and Diversity Initiatives at CBS Sports, and which was moderated by Mr. Jackie Wilson, Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer at BSC Global. We capped off the weekend with an alumni tailgate where there was food, drinks, music, and fanfare. Right after that, during fall break, we were able to take a group of BLSA students on an all-expenses-paid trip to New York City, where they got to network with law firms and help in various law school recruiting efforts. Some of us even got to see our first Broadway show. We also updated our BLSA outlining bank so that our students had sufficient tools to aid them in exam prep last year. Shout out to our academic chair, Emmanuel, who couldn't be with us tonight. And then we get to the spring. So we just spoke about this past Thursday when we collaborated with the Notre Dame Cheer program and hosted a shadow day with a group of almost 30 high school students from the South Bend community. They got to attend a law school class, got a tour of the law school, and engaged with BLSA and HALSA in a lunchtime panel. Here we are. We helped plan the first joint affinity group alumni reunion weekend, which I hope you're currently enjoying. Can we give a clap for that? On Monday, day after tomorrow, we will be hosting a conversation with Dr. Yusef Salam, one of the members of the exonerated Central Park 5 right here on the Notre Dame campus. And finally, this summer, we will award a total of $10,000 in grants to support students doing unpaid and public interest internships. This year, BLSA has worked tirelessly to expand our reach and impact, ensuring that we uplift one another while making a meaningful difference in our law school and greater community. But to be honest with you, none of this would be possible without the support of a strong and dedicated team. To my executive board and committee members, thank you for your commitment, your ideas, your initiative, your late nights, and your belief in what we were building together. I'm gonna get it together, guys, I'm sorry. You helped take this organization to new heights, and you truly made me feel like an octopus, because even as I was juggling everything all at once, I was never alone. For that, I'm deeply grateful. With that said, it is my great honor and privilege to introduce the 2025 to 2026 Notre Dame BLSA Executive Board. I'll begin with our president-elect, Sarah O'Neill. Then our treasurer, Zoe Bonnickson. Our vice president, Matilda Kadua. And last, but by no means least, our president-elect, Ms. Tori Murray. I have no doubt that this new leadership team will continue the incredible legacy of BLSA, bringing fresh ideas, new energy, and a steadfast commitment to our mission. To our alumni, your support is the foundation that allows BLSA to thrive. Thanks for your mentoring, sponsoring, donating, and showing up for us time and time again. Because of you, we stand stronger, bolder, and more prepared to continue this journey. Thank you all for an unforgettable year. It has been a privilege to serve as your president. Here's to BLSA's continued success and even brighter future ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, first, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you for showing up, because as today's society continues to be tumultuous and uncertain, some days it feels like all we can do is show up, and it truly counts tonight. Second, I absolutely have to thank Max Gaston. Thank you, Max. I would not be here if it weren't for you. Notre Dame was not on my radar until I saw you on a panel about DE&I in law school and how that looks for you. You've encouraged me, you've advised me, you've been real with me from the day I stepped onto campus. And community is so important, and for you, I am so grateful. Third, I really want to hold a moment for our 2024 to 2025 Executive Board. Nick, Perry, Allison, Jennifer, the community members, thank you. Thank you for being so, yes. Thank you for being so attentive to what our community needed during this complex and delicate time in our country. Thank you for giving us opportunities to reconnect to the world outside of law school, like trips to New York City, and by offering a retreat. Thank you for being so thoughtful about the ways to facilitate community here on campus among us as the Black Law Students Association. This moment is very special and full circle for me because this time last year I was on campus for Admitted Students Day. It was a long Friday starting at 8 a.m., full of panels, lunch, and a walking tour followed by a large, really large, Notre Dame alumni networking event at 7 p.m. But that same Friday was the BLSA Fireside chat, and I was counting down the minutes until then. I remember that panel talked about how a person can have a non-traditional path to law school, and then those same unexpected and sometimes unconventional paths can also continue throughout your legal career, as Jodi mentioned. However, the key is that the hurdle or the delay does not stop your success, like Mr. Warren said last night. There's no failure, just huge learning opportunities. After the panel was over, BLSA alumni and students, including some of you here actually, came up to me and you said hi to me and you talked to me about law school. And one of y'all even handed me a business card and said if I want to be a transactional lawyer to call you. I'm gonna be a litigator, but thank you. Ultimately, BLSA's Alumni Weekend sealed the deal for me on Notre Dame Law School, so it is an honor to be standing here as your 2025 to 2026 BLSA president. As you may know, the Notre Dame Law School class of 2027, our class, only has 4 Black students.
And while that number was shocking, I am so grateful that the 4 of us have stepped up to continue BLSA's legacy. To Sada, Zoe, Matilda, thank you, and I really look forward to what we're gonna do next year. The first year of law school is challenging for so many reasons. The regular pressure of potentially being cold called, reading hundreds of pages per week, practically nonstop, attending lunch events on so many topics, and free food, because we get hungry. Building a professional network, trying to maintain the relationships we had before law school, filling out job applications, the social environment, I'm sure y'all remember. And quite frankly, law schools around the country are still predominantly white institutions among both students and faculty, and it can make navigating law school feel really unnatural. BLSA's community truly got me through law school, especially in that first semester when I can at best describe that as overwhelming. But to the 2Ls and 3Ls in this room, the texts you guys have sent me, the waves when you see me in the law school, the how are yous in the comments, painting night, Halloween parties, and many other little interactions truly totaled up to make me feel less alone. And this is why I'm really happy that we've come together. Although we don't know yet what the class of 2028 will look like, I know that we are committed to having more Black faces on campus regardless, whether it's through in-person events, virtual events, admissions engagements, career development opportunities such as more law firm visits. Each of us standing here, we know how valuable legal education is and how critical it is to have a community behind you while you do it. And to our alumni in the room, it is a pleasure to see your faces, to hear your voices, and your dedication to staying in touch does not go unnoticed, and your presence is felt. Joshua said it earlier, if you feel it in this room. This is the 52nd BLSA Alumni Reunion Weekend, and I feel so empowered. I see all of you and think about how you're that 5% that I want to join. You're making a mark in our community in ways I couldn't have even imagined. I see all of you and I know no matter how difficult law school is, no matter how trifling life can be, we persevere and we win. And I want to close by acknowledging that Notre Dame Law School prides itself on training a different kind of lawyer. There's power in this statement for many reasons, but the main one I always felt is that different can be defined however we want it to be. And this year taught me that being a different kind of lawyer means bringing my whole self to every room. A humorous, empathetic, energetic, optimistic, determined, passionate, and dedicated Black woman. And now, we're all being challenged to continue being ourselves in a climate that is questioning and denying that we deserve to be in the room. But, like Kendrick Lamar said, sometimes you just have to pop out and show them. And this is what we did tonight. And I'm looking forward to more of that in this upcoming academic year. Thank you.
One more time, round of applause. Your new board, ladies and gentlemen, your new board. They not like us, come on. Okay, so since we're, musicians and all, we're quoting them. Let me ask a question, because I just want to also define my age real quick. Who knows who Snoop Dogg is in here? Raise your hand. Okay, all right. Whew. Had to ask. Because about 10 years ago, he heard a voice that he never forgot. And almost on the spot, he ended up signing this artist to his record label, Death Row Records. And we are honored to have that person here tonight. Now, let me tell you about October London. October London, if you've not heard his music, by the time you end the night, you're going to have his music definitely on your phone. You're going to have it downloaded. You're going to have him on Instagram and everything. And I'm telling you this, not because I've gotten to know him over the last couple of years, but because he loves this place. This is his home. This is where he's from. This is him. He is South Bend, and South Bend is October London. He's a songwriter. He's a producer. Obviously, he's a singer. He's featured on so many shows, The Voice, you name it, he was there. He was nominated for several awards, but I get to say this, I'm really excited about it before he comes up on stage and performs 2 songs. Just this year, a couple months ago, he won his first Grammy. And so we talked about how being in rooms, we get to meet, we get to witness, we get to see things that normally we wouldn't see unless you're on campus or at Notre Dame. We are going to witness something really special here in a matter of moments. And so without further ado, we got a dance floor here, by the way. This ain't in the program, but I'm going to tell you, if you feel the need to move, then you shall move. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome October, London.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate you, brother. Love you, man. My name is October London, as you guys know, from South Bend, Indiana. Yeah, give it up for South Bend. Come on, our hometown. Let's go, let's go. So I gotta do one of the songs that got me to where I am right now, if that's okay with you guys. It's called Back to Your Place. Oh, baby, I've been thinking about you and all of the things I want to do once the day becomes a night. Said I've been patient and I've been kind. Oh, but my body is running out of time. You said your clock on your walls is ticking, so let me give you what you've been missing. So she said, take me, oh, take me, babe. Oh, baby, take me back to your place of residence. So she said, take me, oh, take me, babe. Oh, baby, take me back to your place of residence. Oh, I've been waiting, baby, waiting for a long time, for your heart to be mine. Oh, before someone else comes to mind. But when you told me that I was the one girl, I took every hour and minute, babe, just to make sure that everything was right. Ooh, take me, oh baby, take me back to your place of residence. So she said, take me, oh, take me, babe. Oh, baby, take me back to your place of residence. So she said, take me, oh, take me, babe. Oh, baby, take me back to your place of residence. So she said, take me, oh, take me, babe. Oh, baby, take me back to your place. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Can I do one more for y'all? One more? Okay. All right. Cool. Can I get some water up here? It's like it says hot up here. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Said it's up to me now, Josh. I'm so sorry, Josh. I'm so sorry. Let's do the next one. Let's go. This song is called You Look Better. Oh, it's 10:15, I hear a knock at my door. Oh, I know that's in Christian Dior. Oh, to my surprise, the girl from next door. And let her dress hit the floor. But wait a minute. Don't you see, if you're with me, you'll spend a night of ecstasy and get the love you truly need. Girl, don't you see, you look better when you're with me. Oh yeah, yeah, baby. All the love we made was pure and unknown. Let daddy take control, doing all the dirty things your man would not do. I guarantee he'll feel a change when I'm around you. But wait a minute. Don't you see, if you're with me, you'll spend a night of ecstasy and get the love you truly need. Girl, don't you see, you look better when you're with me. Y'all enjoying yourself? Come on, say yeah. But wait a minute. Don't you see, if you're with me, you'll spend a night of ecstasy and get the love you truly need. Girl, don't you see, you look better when you're with me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. One more time. But wait a minute. Don't you see, if you're with me, you'll spend a night of ecstasy and get the love you really need. Yeah, yeah. Girl, don't you see? You look better when you're with, with me. Yeah, oh. Thank you. My name's October London. Thank y'all.
October London, y'all. Give him one more, one more. We done got the man some water now. Because he's going to hit that high note. Is that a C minor? I don't know. Listen, I want to bring up Nick, and I'm going to ask October to stay on the stage because you can't leave right now, and I can't say anything else.
Will you stand up?
You just stay right there, brother.
So, let me first shake this man's hand, and I'll tell you why. So, when we were planning this gala, we were thinking about the entertainment, I did a quick Google. We had already found Kendra, and I did a quick Google about singers in South Bend. And I see this man's name pop up. Do you know you're one of my favorite artists? I was like, October London is from South Bend? What? Because he's somebody I'd been listening to, in my head, okay, we can't afford him. But you know what? What's it gonna hurt to ask the question? I reach out to October's people, and they asked me what my budget was. I say, to be honest, the budget was actually like $2,000, but I knew that would be insulting, so I said, $2,000 to $4,000? They get back to me and say, you know what? If you can make it $5,000, I'll work with you. And then his manager asks for my number. We hop on the phone, and we're talking about this price tag. And I'm saying, to be honest with you, because of these executive orders, we don't even know if we'll have a budget next year. So if I could, I would pay October $15,000, but we have to pass until the next opportunity. The next thing his manager said to me was, what if we were to do it for free? So, in keeping with tonight's theme of just showing our gratitude to the people who've supported our programming, it brings me honor to present October London with the BLSA Beacon of Excellence Award. But also, just mentioned that this will be a night of prizes and surprises. So I don't know if you saw in the crowd that your parents are here, October. Could his parents wave?
Hey, y'all supposed to be at home eating popcorn and watching a movie.
So, for this next part, could I ask October's parents to join us on the stage?
Yes. Okay. I literally went over the house earlier and they were like, oh, we're just chilling, watching movies. They said nothing about this whatsoever. I'm gonna get y'all back. Hi, Mom.
Surprise, surprise.
This is a big surprise. Wow. I was just supposed to perform and drink Macallan 12 all night.
So I now have the honor of inviting Councilmember Brian Tanner and Council Commissioner Raphael Morton from the St. Joseph County government to join us on stage.
Thank you all. Can I just take one quick moment to say something about privilege? It's a privilege to be here, and it's a privilege to be me. In an environment in our country, why don't we expand to the kind of welcome that I have felt tonight as a national presence, as something that Father Hesburgh instilled into this institution, and Father Soren said about the University of Notre Dame being the greatest force for good this world has ever seen. Thank you for making us feel that welcome tonight. October. I'm privileged to be here tonight because I had the honor in my role as a county council person to be invited to some of the inaugural events for Father Dowd and his joining the university as the new president and meeting Nick and Carrie and enjoying some wonderful time together. and him reaching out to me to make sure that you got the recognition you so rightfully deserved. I'm joined here tonight with Commissioner Raphael, and something that the county council and the commissioners did in our respective meetings over the last couple of weeks were to pass a joint resolution, which I'll read now, just in acknowledgement of the amazing things that you've done with and for our community and in your own professional endeavors. So bear with me, this is gonna sound, well, most of you are attorneys or about to be attorneys, so it's not gonna sound too dry. A resolution of the St. Joseph County Council and Commissioners honoring Jared October London Erskine in his many professional successes and dedication to supporting students in our community. Whereas Jared Samuel Erskine was born and raised in South Bend, Indiana, and whereas Mr. Erskine began his musical journey under the name Sam London, eventually emerging professionally as October London, signed to Death Row Records by the one and only Snoop Dogg. And whereas his work as a musician, songwriter, and producer has been displayed through an extraordinary range of genres across R&B, hip-hop, soul, and even contemporary country. And whereas he was a Soul Train Music Awards nominee in 2023 for Song of the Year, Video of the Year, and Best R&B Soul Artist. And whereas he was a nominee for Outstanding Male Artist and NAACP Image Award winner in 2025 for Outstanding Short Film. And whereas he was a nominee for the Color Purple soundtrack and Grammy Award winner in 2025 for the NX Warriors album, Why Lord? Yeah. And whereas despite his successes, October London remains deeply, deeply connected to South Bend and the surrounding community. And whereas he frequently returns to his alma mater, Adams High School, to mentor students and support them in meaningful ways, donating warm weather attire to help battle our region's harsh winter weather. And whereas he has committed to donate his time this evening, as Nick just mentioned, in his performance and to support the University of Notre Dame Black Law Students Association, BLSA, at this Alumni Reunion Gala. And whereas they've collectively planned a shadow day for local high school students through the Notre Dame and Department of Education's TRIO Federal Outreach and Student Services Program, furthering the legacy of community service, which took place on Thursday, March 20th. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the St. Joseph County Council and Commissioners, Jared October London Erskine exemplifies the very best of what St. Joseph County has to offer through his artistry, philanthropy, and unwavering dedication to his roots. The St. Joseph County Council wishes and Commissioners wish to extend our sincere appreciation and gratitude on behalf of our citizens, and we proclaim this day an opportunity for others to inspire and uplift our community by honoring artistic expression, supporting education, and giving back as you have.
Good evening. I'm going to make my comments brief, but first off, I'm going to say I cannot believe this event tonight is just extraordinary. And so glad to be here, so honored to be here, but this is very special to me because I grew up with October's dad right across the street from each other when we were kids. And I also had the privilege of meeting October a couple months back, and through a mutual friend, Fonnie at the Linden Grill, and he spoke so highly of him as just a young man who has remained grounded and true to his community. And I had the opportunity to talk with him for a while, and I was so impressed because he was so down to earth and so committed to South Bend. So when I heard about this event, I couldn't believe it. So I went to my fellow commissioners, and besides the proclamation, we are also presenting, and I'm presenting on behalf of the St. Joseph County Commissioners, October London as the Citizen of the Month for St. Joe County, March 2025. I thought about trying to hit that note, but I guess I'll pass.
I'm not good at speeches. I'm just good at being in the studio and doing those type of things. But I just want to say thank you so much to everyone here, just for enjoying the music and just enjoying each other. Man, it's so many crazy things going on in the world, and for us to be able to gather and just have a good time and just be one with one another, it's just a beautiful thing. So I just encourage everyone to just continue to be in faith and continue to just be great to one another, because that's what we need right now. So thank you so much for all the awards. I was not expecting this at all. I really, really don't like surprises. And that guy right there is going to get it. That guy, that's my day one right there. I love him to death. We may have our differences, but in 20 plus years of being friends, man, he's always had my back and will continue to do so. Yeah, I'm just in awe of just everyone and everything, and I did not know I'm telling you, I just left my parents' house, and they were just chilling, eating chips and salsa like it was nothing. They were just chilling, not dressed, and they didn't even say anything. I bet under that robe she had that dress. I guarantee you, she played me. She played me. She played me. She played me. So I also want to thank Josh. Me and him been going back and forth trying to get the podcast and just everything going. I apologize, there's so much going on, as you know, because you are the man, obviously. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I'm just terrible at speeches, so thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate my parents, my boy, Josh. I appreciate Notre Dame. Thank you very much. And I'm going to be coming to this bar and this place a lot more often now. So I got 2 more weeks, so I'm going to be drinking Macallan, all of it. So I'll see you guys at the bar.
October London and his parents, y'all. We're at the end of the event. I just want to say really quickly, before I bring up Paris, who's going to deliver the vote of thanks, I just want to say thank you myself. October said it himself. You've heard so many people say it, so I'm just echoing those statements that were already put forth tonight. You all are special, and you're in a special place, and you're going to do special things. And if y'all do really special things, just call me so I can get the exclusive. I know you're a journalist too. We're going to have to, you're in Jamaica, I'm here. We got it. We can get the same story. But seriously, I mean, God, my goodness, I am just proud to be here. And I am so lucky to be in this space, in this place, in this moment with you guys. So give yourselves one more round of applause. Thank you again. Thank you to everyone at BLSA who have even thought about me being here on this stage to help move things right along. You see, we stayed on time this year. I mean, or did we not? No, I don't think we did. I'll try again next year. But I want to say thank you guys. And with that, I want to bring Paris up for the final remarks of the night, I promise. Thank you guys.
Good evening, everybody. I am the last voice you're going to hear from. I know it's been a long night, but thank you so much for coming. This has been something that we've been working on for a long time, and I'm so glad that everybody enjoyed and that the theme has been that everyone has felt welcomed, and that was our goal. And I would be extremely remiss if I didn't call Nicholas Smith and Perry Warren up upon the stage. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, they've been giving everybody surprises. I've been trying to give them a surprise, but I kind of blew it a little bit. But here's some, you didn't know about the flowers, okay? I don't have a fancy award to give, but here's, of course. They have worked tirelessly. This event would not be what it was without the hard work. This weekend wouldn't be what it was without the hard work of Perry and Nicholas. They have stayed up late, woken up early, the video that was made, the presenters that came to speak, everything was through their hard work and dedication. So I give you your flowers figuratively. I don't want to give it to you after you've graduated and I talk about it in hindsight. I want to talk about it while you're here and with us, and I give them to you literally. So thank you so much for the hard work and the dedication you've had to BLSA. It wouldn't be what it was without you both. And yeah, thank you so, so much. Now, to everybody else. Thanks to all the special guests. Thank you, Dean Cole and Mrs. Cole. Y'all could be anywhere else tonight, but you chose to spend it with us, and we are very, very grateful. We thank the guests from St. Joseph County. We thank the performers, Voices of Faith, Kendra Jeremiah, and October London. We thank our wonderful Master of Ceremony. Can we have a round of applause for Joshua Shore, please? Didn't y'all feel like he made everything feel warm. He made us laugh. We were like, I don't know how he's gonna get a room full of lawyers. Yeah, he did a great job. So we are so grateful. And to all the alumni, thank you so much, babe. See? To all the alumni and the law students, thank you so much. We couldn't have BLSA without you. The support that you give us as law students in the classroom, in the hallways, the alumni when you come. So how's the law school doing? The questions that you ask us and the genuine concern you have for us, we are forever indebted to you. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, Faegre Drinker. English is not an English language. Faegre Drinker, Ropes and Gray, Plus Shadley, Rachel, and Braun, and Fragaman for sponsoring this event, because it takes money, right? The food you ate, the beautiful decor. Again, Tanya. Do you hear me? What? Okay. Anyways, that wouldn't be possible without it. So thank you so much. The night is, I know we stayed a bit longer than expected, but the night is still young, the dance floor is still open, but thank you so much for joining us for the BLSA Alumni Weekend.
Sorry, I know she said she was the last voice that you would hear. The night is coming to a close. I just wanted to say, because I think it would be terrible if we didn't, it's true that this has come together through a lot of different hands, but the way that it was actually able to happen was through the funding of alumni. BLSA has the resources to put on events like this because alumni are generous and they support and they give back. And so if you were here earlier in the weekend, if you picked up one of our brochures about the weekend, at the very last page there's a QR code that has BLSA right underneath it that you can scan to donate to this group. And I think that Nick mentioned that at the end of the school year, we're going to be giving $10,000 in summer stipends to students. We would actually like to give more than that if we could. $10,000 supports maybe 5 students to do their summers. We want to fund them to go into unpaid public interest work. What does that mean? That means civil rights work. That means social justice work. That means work that supports communities that look like ours. And we can only do that through the support and the help of alumni. So if you find it in your hearts to continue traditions like this, to continue leading those students into really wonderful paths, we ask that you open your hearts and your wallets. Thank you.